So we're going to start now. Okay. Let's try to get all this up. Let's try to get a room done at a time. Basically everything loaded. Let's go. It should be right. We're working through today, Melly, aren't we? We're working through. I'm going to see if I can get. Let's see if I got 300 blocks, 200. Well, how many blocks do you reckon I can lay today with that gobbo? 200? So I'm still contemplating taking the front up another couple of course. This trail's amazing for blocks. Yeah, I asked Uncle Fester. It's only because we don't have a brake. We shun brakes. We didn't get here till 9. Fucking.
One brake is fine, 2 brakes is fine. More than that,
Good job that was empty. Fucking every part of this block has a key on, which annoys me. You scrape them, when you scrape them they feel horrible. Seems every job uses them. Must be the area we live in. Must be the area we live in. These blocks, they must just be readily available. Cheaper.
what do you use for a garden?
Yeah. Like the heavy blocks there. Spread for one, lay one. Spread one block, lay one block. So you're not smashing your spread down every time. It's always nice and moist. Through every 2 blocks. Flush your back. A lot of gangs on here are doing brickwork first, so I decided to do blockwork first for a change. And then normally I'd have put 6 course on each side, so I've only got 5 course of brick above the block. But it was too windy when I originally did it, so I've changed. Trying to do a voiceover while I'm live playing, so you just don't hear me and you rambling. But now I don't have to do any voiceovers then when I get in. Shut up, I do. No, I sat downstairs with you last night. And I helped you. And it was fun. I enjoyed it.
You complained.
I complained, yeah. Apologise. I'll be better. I'll be better. Do better. I think this is I think there's a piece in this, Melly. I've got loads of slithers on the floor though, because I don't think it worked exactly block. Depending on what I had in my corner. Oh, it's fucking rags against the shell, these blocks. Rags against them. Normal thermalite Celcon's good. These top whites are nasty. Nasty and fucking slow to lay. Ready mix. I don't normally put a furrow in it because it's silo. It's fucking solid. I have to put a furrow in it to get my block down. So let's see what this works. 470, that's a 15mm joint on each side. I'll do that. I can count with that. It does work blocks on this one. I think one course works blocks and then the other opposite doesn't. Oh, and that won't stick because I put it the wrong side. Even the arises are round on these blocks. They don't have a sharp aris. It's fucking fat. Dogger. I think it'd be better than laying concrete blocks because they're too wobbly. Concrete blocks are too wobbly. I don't even take 3 course up on that. But I think I'm going to have to do. And back it up. And then I reckon I'll get this up, that up, that up, that up, backed up, maybe some corners. I don't think I'll get the other bit of blockwork done. Like I'll be running that blockwork in tomorrow and a bit of this front. That's what I'm guesstimating. Oh, there we go. You know where these meter boxes are, Melly? You know when you go to point the back up? Just rub your finger or the jointer along where you can see in the meter box. And if the meter box holes at the blockwork. And then on the next, and then on the next. And then on the next course I'll do better. I'm going to have to take all them I'm going to take all these thermalites out of this fucking room, aren't I, to build this. I'll run out before I fucking finish this, I reckon. You have to just have to take the fucking ones off the front as well. Oh shit. Put my head under the line to where the block is. See, look, still, I've got to fight that fucking block down to that line. It's 5-10mm there. Still too thick. Too much gobbo. Trying to tell the apprentice that. Stop putting too much gobbo on it. Glad I'd work with me. I've worked them for 3 days. You alright, darling? You're a bit tight. You feel a bit. How you feel compared to yesterday? You should go on. Shit in it. It's fucking terrible in that respect. Putting back a block up. Is he always some blocks? Is he always my box I asked for? So, yeah, I
got one gable up, did all the reveals one side, blockwork, and now we're just gonna hit some middle walls. Not got a lot to do on them. 4-course one side, 3-course the other. Gobbo, I've wet the gobbo up quite a bit, but you know, it's been a couple hours now. It's been 2.5 hours, and it'll be starting to basically go off. It'll be going off, so you know, it'll be stiffening up. So I decided to do the middle walls, and that should be us done today. We'll get some more headcam. We had an hour snap basically now. Just a little bit over in a minute. Went out with some lunch because I was knackered. I just weren't feeling it. But you know, I reckon today we'll still get 80, 83. I reckon we'll still get over 220 blocks. I reckon 200.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. No point in blaming you, you did not know how. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I gave you everything, held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I can't wait to leave this town, 'cause lately I've been feeling down. The cold nights just don't feel the same. Oh, like my life inside a car, hit the button, drive real far. Heard that record only like, oh, I'm dreaming of you, I dream of a new night. Fight in the dark till we see the sunlight. My love, it's you and I. Close, close, and could have this fight. So reach for the stars, 'cause we're aiming high. You can't wait to see me now, 'cause lately you've been feeling down. You lay awake alone at night. Oh, like your life inside a car. Forget the world and drive real far. Put that record on again. Oh, my love, it's you and I. Close, close, and could have this fight. So reach for the stars, 'cause we're aiming high. I'm dreaming of you, I dream of a new night. Fight in the dark till we see the sunlight. My love, it's you and I. Close, close, and could have this fight. So reach for the stars, 'cause we're aiming high. I can't wait to leave this town. I can't wait to leave this town, 'cause lately I've been feeling down. I can't wait to leave this town, 'cause lately I've been feeling down.
Hey guys, Harry here. Welcome to the voiceover part of the video. I know I've not done a proper voiceover in a while. I've just been doing sort of more sort of time lapses or putting music over the clips, but I'll try to get a voiceover in for 10 minutes of video, because that's sort of what my videos started as. Thanks so much if you've got 25 minutes into the video and you're watching this. Thank you very much for your time. If you'd be able to hit the like button, and if you're a regular viewer, think about subscribing and keeping up to date with the videos. I tend to make about 3 videos a week, so yeah. I'm just in this clip just doing some heavy blocks with some of the mortar that I'd knocked up. This had been, this is silo mortar I'm using after it's been in the tub 4 hours now or more, so I've just been knocking it up to high hell. I tend to, if you saw at the beginning of the video, I tend to get On the solo days on Blockwork, I basically get the mortar, you know, borderline unusable at the bottom, and I stiffen it up as I get to the top of the tub. It's a little bit of a technique, you know, that you'll pick up over time, how to sort of elongate your mortar life, especially if you don't want to get 2 half tubs out, which, you know, it can kill your time walking to the silo if it's quite far away. And then, you know, you've got to wait for the forklift driver to bring it. So, you know, I always, if I'm doing a 1 tub and done and I'm on Blockwork, I'll get it unusably wet at the bottom, and then make sure it's swimming in a lot of water as well. Get your tubs, you know, get your mortar swimming, so you can dig out the centre of your mortar, and then the outsides stay really, really wet. And then as time goes on, those outsides will start drying, and you've got all that wet juice you can sort of mix into it. It's a little bit of an insider, it's, you know, a little bit of a niche tip. But, you know, which I've found a lot of the time, you know, bricklayers won't know about because they've either always had a labourer or they've never really worked on their own efficiently. But, you know, it's something that you've got to know what you're doing, labouring wise. If you want to make money as a bricklayer, that's why every bricklayer has to start as a labourer. Really, I did. Obviously, I was an apprentice, but I was basically a labourer for a year or two. And then, you know, because if you don't know how to load out on yourself, you don't know how to organise, you're not going to sort of get anywhere, you know, on price. If you're always relying on the hod carrier to know how to get the mortar, or, you know, that's why even when I have labourers work with me, I still get the mortar, because it's crucial. The mortar is crucial to how quick you lay the block or the brick. And, you know, if you get the wrong consistency mortar for the wrong material, you know, it can make your life a nightmare. So yeah, I'll do a little bit of a quick review on how I built this house. So I first started off doing about 4 or 5 course of block all the way around the semi, both houses, and the pair of them, shall I say, and then I started on the brick. I set my windows out, you know, to the nearest 100 mil at the front, and there's only a patio door at the back on these. These are just boxes. And, you know, if it's good weather and there's no wind, you can probably take it, you know, 6, you know, maybe a little bit higher on some of your corners. And what I'd probably recommend for in future, you know, is try to take some of your corners up a bit higher, so you haven't got as much corner building at the end of your block work. It does depend on the weather, but it's, you know, if you can knock out as much of your block in one go by either using profiles or, you know, adding a bit to your corners, building a bit more of your revealing as you're going, it just takes away a lot of this work. Because it'll have took me 3 days on the block, after my first initial skin round, to get it all up to Tredekai, which is 9 course, or 9 in a brick if you want to put that brick on down below. I don't, you know, I might start doing the brick on the, you know, on top of the first course of block, but, you know, I just find it messes up your tie wires. You know, you're adding, like, you have to sort of add a course of tie wires basically, and I just find it don't work very nicely with you, you know, with your sillites. If you put that brick on down below, probably best to put the brick on higher up, but I just do it, you know, under the lintel, or on the course that was going to go under the lintel. Some sites don't like, you know, you're doing the briquette under the lintel. You know, these sites don't seem indifferent. It's just a fucking ball ache trying to put your briquette under your block. You just haven't got that wiggle room, whereas with your briquette, you can pick your briquette up 20 mil, or you can grind your briquette down, or cut your briquette down if your blockwork's high. I find it a lot easier than having to do it the other way on. You know, it's just a bit of a ball ache, you know. So, as long as you know, most sites, as long as they're a briquette where at least as long as your floor joists aren't sitting on a briquette, they're not normally too bothered. But, you know, it's preference. You know, a lot of the NHBC stuff is preference to the actual inspector. Some, you know, if you read the NHBC website, you know, there's the information is, you know, it's a bit more, you know, up to interpretation. It's a bit more general. It just has sort of tolerances and stuff. I've read it, and you know, there's standards that vary. I always say to Mel, you know, house building, the standards are so variable when you go to different sites. The way they want it doing is very different site to site. So it's there's no sort of universal standard, it seems. It's just very up to, you know, how the site's doing it, you know. But so yeah, recommend doing that. Probably use profiles next time on the block and the brick. I'll just use 2 and then tail out freehand. I find it's probably the easiest way, less time consuming setting the profiles up, just using 2. Max setup time 10 minutes, you know, even if you got to drill your holes out. And another big bonus of just using 2 when you've done your blockwork first, you can stabilize it using your blockwork with some either L brackets, or, you know, I've got sort of gable profiles that I can stabilize it with. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing from now on, just 2 profiles and away. I always did that for years before, you know, even though before I started the YouTube, I just always just took 2 profiles. I maybe used 3 max if I was on a garage to tail the back in, but even now I just don't find there's much use on you know, 3 profiles. I might try it on this next plot if it's a detached, because sometimes 3 can be advantageous, but, you know, a lot of the time, you know, 2 profiles, if you're coming up to the side of a patio door reveal or a door reveal, and it's less than 6 bricks or 7 bricks, you know, there's not much point in putting a profile on for that, you know. If you're doing big long runs on a detached and there's a big long run up to the patio door, yeah, you know, use it, but I still think 2 profiles is the best, you know, either building the corners up with your profiles, so running in your straight aways, and then, you know, tailing out with your level and just hitting 2 big corners in a day, and then filling in your middle afterwards. That can be really good. Bit similar to how I did it before, but not as, you know, not building half the gable at once, just tailing out, you know, 13 or 14 bricks with a line to get yourself up, you know, a good, I don't know, 30, you know, if you tailed out 13 bricks, you can get like a 26 course, you know, corner, but it gives you some extra wiggle room, you know, if you want to rack back round the gable a little bit, like I was doing. If you can't always tail out far enough, on your return, you can rack back the gable a couple of course, and then, you know, fill that and build that corner back in when you get to your back is quite good as well. You know, a little bit old school method, you know, but it works great, and I've enjoyed it. Enjoyed building building the freehand, and I've earned, probably just to give you guys a reference, I've earned the most as a one-on-one. I built this plot identically, more or less identical before as a 1 and 2, and I've earned more money on it as a one-on-one. And I've probably I've probably worked a little bit steadier, worked freehand, you know, and I think I completed in the same amount of days. I had 3 days on it 2.5 days the first week. The second week I had 4.5 days, I think, and then, so that's 2.5, 4.5, that's 7, and then this week I lost a day patching, and I went home half a day, so that's 3.5, so that's like 10.5. Got 11 days for this first lift. That's sort of being generous, like 11 days. And I wasn't always starting early and stuff, you know, I was late sometimes or got stopped with weather. So yeah, that's not too bad, you know, it's not record breaking or anything, it's pretty slow, but for a one-on-one, it's a pretty good time, you know. Probably a gang, it might take, your average 2-on-1 might take, I don't know, half that time. So I think that's pretty good, considering sometimes I'm solo, you know. As long as I'm earning money, I'm not bothered how long it takes me, you know. Normally, quicker is the more money, so that's why I like to try to get things done as quick as I can. Yeah, keeps sites happy as well. I got a few comments as well, you know, how do you get on sites building houses on your own? You know, building houses as a one-on-one, it's reputation and sort of, you know, you've got to have, your work's got to be good, you know, you've got to be good, and a lot of it's down to reputation. And, you know, if there is, you know, I'm on a site where it's not very sought after with these concrete bricks, not a lot of people like, you know, using them, so You know, if you put out good work and you're a one-on-one, you're gonna any manager is gonna want you on the site if you're creating neat work and you're somewhat quick. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be like lightning. You ain't got to be the fastest bricklayer around, but you know you can't be very, very slow either. You know, if you're a bit somewhere in the middle, you know, it's one of them. If you're really, really fast, you're gonna probably end up cutting some corners, and if you're really, really slow, you know, you're probably not suited to price, or you need more years on the trowel or more years in a gang, sort of picking your speed up. You know, it all depends on the site as well. You know, a lot of the time I'm jumping sites every month or so because either there isn't anything ready for me or there's faster gangs are needed on that site, so you've got to just go where you needed. And I think a lot of guys get a little bit, you know, they don't always like moving. They like to fit in, and as a one-on-one, you don't always fit into the program, or you don't always fit into the site how it's moving. You know, sometimes stuff needs building quicker than what you can build it, so that's where you move and do either smaller jobs or on another site where the plots aren't needed up as quick. You know, it's one of those, you've got to just fit in with the sites, and you find the site that will fit you, and that'll normally mean moving, you know, for a fair amount of time. But if you're happy doing that, like I personally don't like really being on a site for months and months on end. I get fed up. I like the change. If I'm on a good site, you know, I don't want to move, but you know, I get fed up. You know, I get fed up, and I like to keep everything fresh. So if I do 2 plots on one site, I'll be happy to go to another site and do something else. You know, but if there is the work in front of you, you know, it's still good to have. But you know, me personally, that's why I do work as a one-on-one. It just keeps everything fresh, keeps everything. I don't know. I enjoy it. That's all I can say. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's the video. I'll cut back to the raw footage. You listen to me putting these last few course of blocking. And yeah, I'll see you at the end of the video with some check-ins. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate your time. Thanks for sticking around. Hit the like button. Let's try to get 70 likes. I know I'm getting a far stretch here, but hit 70. We can do it. Thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next video.
What?
My trousers are right. I'm actually pretty clean. How are you with that much of a mess?
I do get in a bit of a mess, don't I?
Like you've had a multi-party. Like some of my back.
Oh.
Kicking all the business.
Isn't it? A private job? We could get a private job, couldn't we?
Big open space, clear blue sky.
Yeah, you'd be like, we need someone's fucking house and the dog or something. Oh. That way.
You know, like front of someone's house. I'd rather do site work than private work.
Yeah. Oh.
I do understand there why you do site work.
It's stress free, isn't it, really? What it is.
Private job. Do you have to pay up front? Because then really, would you pay for something that you wouldn't have done to your house?
Yeah, no, but you pay pay for someone to come and do it, don't you?
Yeah, but would you give money to a random stranger for this job? No, you wouldn't.
You buy the materials, they start working, and you have to pay them at the end of the week, don't you?
What about if you get to the end of the week and they don't pay you and they turn and say they haven't got money?
Fuck knows.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
But then as a worker, if you have to then put money up front, as the person wanting the work done, you'd be like, well, I'm not giving you all fucking money up front. What about if you just fuck off?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to do crowds, but I would do
It's a lot of fucking, risk in it. Oh. I have to fucking blow a gale. I'm just putting this last fucking coat. I'm more sensitive to the wind when it's at this height.
What do you mean?
I'm more like conscious of the wind when I'm just putting these last couple of blocks on. And I'm more focusing on when the wind starts blowing. Ugh.
Just a little gentle breeze. You're like, whoa! Like one little gentle breeze, you feel like you're being like, whoa, it's a massive gale. It's a gust.
Is it, or am I?
It is just a gentle breeze. That's what happens, isn't it? Yeah. That moon looks coming up, it's telling me it's bedtime, I think.
You fucker. Well, at least I've got an easier day tomorrow, darling, now you've got this up. You know what I mean?
At least you're not going to concrete.
Sit morning, I'll just start here, do that, finish all this, pop off inside, do my little back, do my little front, run my last couple of courses of walking. Fucking
So I'm actually thinking of
jobs are good. What?
I actually felt alright these 2 days, I wouldn't work tomorrow.
We ain't got anyone to look after Archie, have we?
No, but that's the thing that I was thinking.
Should we ask it?
Last fucking Friday wasn't it to be tomorrow?
But did they stop it early?
Yeah, because another child wanted to start so they said it was like 2 weeks ago to be last Friday.
Yeah. I know, well, like I say, you can do Monday, Tuesday, no sweat, can't you? Monday,
No, I
Tuesday.
never feel like Monday's You need to encourage me in the morning. Because when I get here, I do actually feel alright.
I know you do. That's why you keep coming. You wouldn't come if you didn't feel alright when you got here.
But fucking
It's the
getting here.
thought of it, I think, for you.
Yeah. It's before getting out of bed.
For a 10 o'clock start. Sorry. Right, let's do that. For a 10 o'clock.
You're leaving that line off?
Yeah, just take the fits bricks off. Don't want to do it to Richard. Say I've left him on job. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. I'm one short, I think.
1, 2, 3. Not bad,
They just don't have a room. Thank you, darling. got a double wardrobe beam? I just put the box on like that. Sound. So it's 4:45 again. Fuck me, Mel's been here as well, so props to her. I've been eating gobbo. I didn't get me 300 blocks in, but I used all the gobbo bar 2 buckets and got 200. All that middle wall's up, rack that up a bit, rack that up a bit. So we've got 4 course on there, these reveals at both sides, a little bit of reveal action in the morning. This is up all the way, not showing you much really. That's all the reveals built. That's 2 course from the top. Back's racked, front's racked, so I've just got a little bit of reveal action there. Up the form, reveal action there. And that. Hey guys, Friday. This is yesterday's work obviously. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm in solo today. It was cold this morning, so I didn't get a gobbo well about 9:45. Chatting with my mate for a bit and doing a bit of tidying up this morning. I'll show you what I'm doing. As you know from yesterday, I had these reveals to do, so I'm just filling all these in. I'm just getting all my corners up, so that's 4 course. Going to build this up. Do all my cuts first with circular saw. That's why I've got you see me with mask. Nasty stuff, you know, you want to get ventilated. Well, ideally, I'm going to get a dust bag for these. And I'm going to get that corner up, fill that pillar in, square that round. I'll probably just, a lot of guys run these in with a line. For the sake of 2 blocks, a lot of the time I build it with a level. You know, I might line 2 course in maybe, I'm not sure, but a lot of the time I waste of time. A lot of time you're just loosening that, bashing a pin in, build that freehand sometimes. And yeah, same at the other side, just got that identical other side. Same again at the other side, and then I might have time to run that in that 2 course, we'll see. But yeah, there's always Monday, and then there's still in a plot up ready for me. I've got another one to drop onto if that ain't ready. So, right, see you in the next clip. This is about 4 o'clock. Going pretty slow today, so this is what I got done. So yeah, this whole room's done. This whole room's done. Thank God. Just got to clean it. Get a little scrape at the edges, and then front's cleaned off. By them few bits to go on that pallet, and then this. Just that 2 course. Build that rack back up. Build this up, and build that rack back up. That's it. That side's all done. Right. See you Monday.